Charging an electric vehicle often raises questions on where the power is coming from. Charlie Vogelheim of the Motor Press Guild talks about the U.S. power grid and developments to make it greener and more efficient.
So when you talk about, again, forms of power, and let's talk about electricity. So obviously, there's electrical power plants, and there are a number of different forms, whether it's coal burning, which produces, again, a lot of the same issues that a gasoline internal combustion engine would have in terms of burning a carbon-based fuel, to nuclear, which has proven to be unsafe or not, depending on what country you're dealing with. But then there's the new technologies, whether they're solar and wind power. My understanding of the grid, and I've been trying to study it a lot in preparation for this panel, is it's worse to have inconsistent power than it is to have low or high power. And what I mean by that is, wind power, the wind comes and goes. Solar power, the sun comes and goes. So you have inconsistent power sources. Clouds can come and go, that type of thing. Unless you have a way of storing the electricity as it becomes available and then provide it at a constant rate, it really isn't solving grid-type problems. I mean, it can solve individual problems. You can be at your house. You can recharge batteries, things like that. But what we needed to be developing, and I know that Dr. Sadoway at MIT is developing large-scale battery storage. And this is very much like water tanks. In other words, water tanks get filled at a constant rate or as water becomes available. But then the water is there to drain out as needed. And that's the same thing with a battery. As the electrical power could be stored, and I'm talking about a battery the size of a container ship container, in neighborhoods or in industrial areas where battery can be stored, and then it can handle these peak, both delivery through solar or wind power, and then also, again, deliver the power to the consumers in a way that as peak loads come up with air conditioners turning on and other things like that.